everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to do a video on overcoming anxiety using EFT tapping. Make sure you have watched the introductory video on how EFT tapping works and the science behind it. When you are clear with it, then come back to this video and we'll start doing tapping along with me. Like you can see in this image, there are various points on which you are going to tap. And there are some additional points which I'm going to guide you for. So let's start by rubbing below the collarbone. Just center yourself, closing your eyes if you feel like, and make sure your spine is straight, massaging below the collarbone. Center yourself in your heart and welcome all anxiety, stress, worry that you have been feeling throughout these days or weeks. Everything that you have been experiencing but you didn't have the time to reflect on it, or didn't have the time to pay attention, or maybe you were scared of facing those feelings. You didn't want to confront them. Just allow yourself to welcome all these feelings, emotions, thoughts which you have been pushing away. And allow your mind to just slow down while rubbing below the collarbone. We are going to say the setup statement. Even though I have all this anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So like I've shared in the introductory video, if you don't like to say I love and accept myself, you can simply say I deeply choose to relax and calm down. Even though I have all this anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling very anxious and I have racing thoughts, I have this feeling in the pit of my stomach. So where in your body do you feel this anxiety? Maybe do you feel it in your stomach or any other body part? Where do you feel it? Just locate it by closing your eyes, getting in touch with your intuition, and locate that precise point where you feel this. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So I'm going to use a journal script. Make sure you customize the script to match your experience. Tapping over the top of the head. All this anxiety. Tapping over the top of the eyebrows, the beginning of the eyebrows. I feel it in my mind and body. And once again, get in touch with how does your body respond when you feel this anxiety. What happens in your body? Does your heartbeat increase or the breathing changes? Or do you feel tightness in the jaw muscles? Where do you feel this anxiety? How does your body react to it? Tapping over the side of the eye. And how does it feel in my mind? So mind and body are different. As our body talks to us, so does our mind. And all the emotions are in the body. Every feeling is experienced by the mind. So you can say that feeling is more psychological and the emotion is more physiological. Tapping under the eyes. And I feel it in my mind as, so when you have this anxiety, how does it make you feel? Do you feel restless when you have this anxiety? Or do you feel like running away? Or do you begin to fight? So what is your behavioral response when you experience this anxiety? Tapping over the nostrils. I feel like, just complete the sentence. How does it trigger your behavior? Maybe it leads to a very unhelpful behavioral response. For instance, you have a friend and he or she is not calling you, and then that begins to make you feel anxious, and you begin to call them repeatedly. And what happens with you? Tapping under the nose. It really makes me feel. How does it make you feel? So emotions always come in layers. There is never a single emotion that we experience. If there is anxiety, along with that there will be many other emotions and feelings. So with anxiety there could be restlessness in the body. With anxiety there could be sadness. There could be overthinking. So just get in touch with how it changes your thoughts. And what kind of thoughts do you experience when you have this anxiety? I begin to think, just complete the sentence. So I think like my world is shaking, or I will lose everything, or I'll lose this particular person. How does it affect you? Under the lip. Every feeling is meant to be understood, regulated, processed, and then let go. Because feelings are always transient. And the more we hold on to them or the more we resist them, the more suffocated we feel. So just get in touch with how this anxiety feels in the body. And if you feel numb, just feel into the numbness. Sometimes our mind and body are not ready to accept the feeling. But the more we suppress the feeling, the more we create dis-ease in the body. Tapping over the thymus, which is just below the neck, I choose to relax. Even when I feel this anxiety, I notice it. I become aware of it. And just allow all those feelings which were under the carpet, so you were not accepting them. You kept pushing them, or you started fighting with your own feelings. Just allow them to be fully embraced in your heart. Because when fear or any negative emotion meets love, it automatically melts away. And that energy of fear, of anxiety, it transforms into love. Because emotion is energy in motion. And energy cannot be destroyed nor created. We can only transform it. That's basic science. So never try to push your emotions. Always welcome them. The more you welcome them, the more you will be able to make peace with them. Tapping over the wrist part, it's okay to feel this way. It's normal and it's completely understandable that I feel this way. The situation really triggered me, or this person's behavior really triggered me. And when this person or the situation which is causing the anxiety, the source of the anxiety, when that happens to you, or the environment, or in form of a person, what does it remind you of? Maybe it reminds you of a childhood memory, or a memory from your teenage years. Tapping over the thumb. Every issue is interrelated, and if you feel you have been overreacting, then there is something coming from the past which is still not processed. I allow myself to fully face whatever it is. I send myself lots of compassion and love and empathy, and just feel the support of your higher self along with you. So, wherever you are, there are a lot of healing energies all around us every moment. But just because we can't see them, we fail to understand that they are here with us. Tapping over the first finger, sharp edge of the index finger, I take support from my higher self. So, higher self is your own part or your own vibration, but it is vibrating at a much higher frequency because it has the knowledge of the past, present, and future. It is beyond emotions and it's a blissful state of love. And we are always connected with the higher self. And the more mindful we become, the more stronger connection we create with the higher self. I allow my higher self, my spirit guides, my guardian angels, to guide me to overcome this anxiety. Tapping over the second finger, sharp edge. It's okay to feel this, no matter how intense it is. It's just a feeling which will come and go, like clouds in the sky. Feelings never stay, they keep changing. And the more I understand my feelings, the more I set myself free. Tapping over the ring finger, and this is the only finger which is tapped on the opposite side. Tapping over the ring finger, just take a deep breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth as if you're blowing air in a balloon. Two more times. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. I feel this anxiety in my mind and body, and it's really irritating or uncomfortable. So, whatever it makes you feel, just mention that. And the more I feel it, and the more I acknowledge it, its power over me reduces. Because feelings are only meant to be acknowledged, they are meant to be understood. They are like that GPS which shows us where we are heading towards. It's okay to have it. And I feel it the most when, so what is that particular moment when you feel it the most? In what occasion is it triggered? Just say to yourself either in the mind or speak out loud. But make sure you do communicate it, because when we do that, the brain areas which are processing it, they light up and they're simply able to digest it and let it go. And the cerebral cortex, which is the intelligent part of our brain, or that part which thinks before reacting and which is not triggered by emotions, that is able to take charge. Because when we are anxious, the amygdala, which is the emotional center, that's completely running over you and it's not allowing you to think. So when this anxiety happens, how does it make you think? What do you think about yourself? Just mention that. I deeply and completely love and accept myself, or I deeply choose to relax. Tapping over the little finger. This anxiety is really uncomfortable. It keeps coming back. So maybe it's an ongoing issue for you. Maybe you are seeking therapy. But at the same time, it's important that you are taking some self-help tools. And tapping is one of the best tools, which brings immediate catharsis. just allow myself to feel this. Yes, it's very, very uncomfortable. And it reminds me of which memory comes to your mind when you feel this anxiety. So there are various kind of thoughts. Some thoughts are very evident, but some are like the small wave thoughts. These small wave thoughts are often going unnoticed. But as you slow down and you begin tapping, you are by default sending calming signals to your brain. And your brain is more receptive to respond. So just ask your mind or your brain, what does it remind me of? Which memory comes to my mind? Is it something that my teacher told me? Or my father told me? Or is it something that my mother told me? Or a friend? Or a sibling? Who told you something about you that made you doubt yourself? Tapping over the karate chop. And I started doubting myself. And I started doubting myself after this experience. And what did you conclude about the world after this experience? Maybe something that happened in the past or is happening currently. How did it make you feel? What did you conclude about yourself and about life? Just mention that I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tapping with the gamut point, which is the center part between the ring finger and the baby finger. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth 4 times. Coming back to the second round of tapping, under the collarbone, once again we massage under the collarbone. I feel this anxiety all over my mind and body. And when you have this anxiety and when it's fully triggered, how much can you rate it on a scale of 1 to 10? So at the moment when it's fully triggered, at that moment, just go back to that moment, let your mind travel back in time to that particular event or occasion or any similar event which triggers this anxiety. And when it's triggered, how high it is. A 10 means it cannot be more than that. And a 0 means you're completely free. So where do you rate this anxiety? I rate it at I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tapping over the top of the head. It's really severe for me. And it is difficult to handle. Tapping over the eyebrow point. I feel it when. Just complete the sentence. What happens when you feel this anxiety? Or what leads to this anxiety? Tapping over the side of the eye. And this actually makes me very helpless. Tapping under the eyes. All this helplessness. So like I said, emotions are always coming in layers. So it's like an onion. The more you peel, the more layers you will find beneath. Tapping over the nostrils. So, how many emotions are there along with anxiety, which are actually feeding that anxiety? And just notice what kind of thoughts come to your mind when you have this. So, behind the emotion, there was actually a thought which led to the emotion. But most of the time, we are not aware of those thoughts. So, slow down and ask your mind, what were the thoughts that led me to this anxiety, that triggered this anxiety? And they were really uncomfortable. Tapping under the lips, I choose to relax. I'm ready to acknowledge and listen to these thoughts, emotions that keep coming. So, as you go back in time and you focus in that moment when you are triggered, just scan it in your mind screen and feel that you have the remote control in your hand. Just see your reaction when that particular incident happened. Maybe something happened around you as a situation, or it was said something by a person, or it was a particular person's behavior. Whatever it was, see it in your mind screen. Just observe by slowing it down as if you're watching it in slow motion. So, what's happening? What are they saying? Or what is happening? The words that they are using, or the situation. Tapping under the lips. They are saying, so just complete the sentence. They, he, or she, whatever it is. And this makes me anxious. And before you are anxious, how those words are making you think about yourself. What memory comes up in your mind? Just watch in slow motion. Tapping over the thymus. The memory that comes up in my mind is, or it could be that it's not a memory, it's immediately leading you to a conclusion or a belief, some belief that you had in childhood that gets activated. A belief like I'm good for nothing or I am not worthy enough. Any negative belief that gets activated when this person says this to you, or this particular situation turns out to be the way it is. Just allow yourself to scan it carefully, and as you're watching it on the screen, you're more like a witness. At the same time, you are allowing the part of you which feels, which emotes, to communicate to you. So you're able to balance and experience both, the one who is witnessing and the one who is experiencing. Tapping over the wrist. I fully scan and understand what's going on inside of me. Because no other person, situation can make me feel the way they want to. I'm the commander of my own emotions, of my own life. But if somebody else is triggering me, then there is something within that needs healing. So, as you think like that, when that person is saying you something, either there is a memory which is triggered or there is a belief which is triggered. Whatever is activated, what is the first thought that comes to your mind when this belief, emotion, or a memory is activated? Tap with the thumb. This makes me think like, So, what do you think about yourself? About life? About relationships? About the world? How does it make you think? Just mention that. Tapping over the first finger, sharp edge of the index finger. And how does it make you feel? All this anxiety, it's not coming alone, it's bringing along a lot of other feelings. Is there fear of uncertainty of the future? Or fear of losing something or someone? Tapping over the sharp edge of the middle finger. It really makes me feel like, just mention either in your mind or out loud. Tapping over the ring finger opposite side. I understand that I feel this way. Anyone in this situation would feel this way. And just scan the belief which comes to your mind or keeps hitting back again and again when this anxiety is triggered. So maybe just scan any similar incident when you felt same kind of anxiety. What was the body response? Did you feel any tightness, stiffness? What were the thoughts that came to your mind? And what did you conclude? Just mention that. Tapping over the little finger. And just feel a big wave of compassion and love coming from your higher self down towards you into your heart, allowing that anxiety to be fully processed and understood and expressed so that it fully releases. So it's like when we throw a stone in water, there will be ripples. So this person or situation is making me feel triggered. But those ripples will be for the time being. The water will again be still, which means our emotions will again be settled. I understand it's a temporary phase. And the more I work on it, the more I can release it. Tapping over the karate chop. I choose to relax and calm down. Each time I have this anxiety, I take a deep breath and allow my cortex, which is the advanced part of the brain, to take charge. Because that part of my brain can think more reasonably and rationally. And I understand that I have this anxiety because of the brain chemistry, because of the emotions that they make me feel. But I'm not my feelings. I'm the one who's experiencing them. Tapping over the gamut point. I'm going through this experience. But I'm separate from my feelings. I create them and I command them. Just take a deep breath, inhale deeply through the nose, exhale through the mouth 7 times. Three, 4, 3, 5, 6, 7. And let's do the final round of tapping, and this time it will be the positive round of tapping. So we have processed the emotions. If you still feel they are pending, give yourself more time and then come back to the third round, which is the positive round of tapping. Rubbing below the collarbone. I am ready to face my feelings. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tapping over the top of the head. I'm ready to listen to everything which is going within me and listen to different parts of me which need love, empathy, compassion, and healing. Tap over the eyebrows. I regularly do my inner self work. Tapping over the side of the eye because I'm constantly interacting with the outside world and I rarely sit with myself and check what's happening in the inner world. Tapping over the under the eyes, and as I do my interaction with the outer world, it improves when I do my inner work and I see, reflect on what's going inside. I introspect on it and I work on it. And I'm much braver than I think. Tapping over the nostrils. And this anxiety won't kill me. It can't damage me. It's only communicating to me. It's only expressing something which is already inside. And I love this anxiety. I accept it fully. And no matter how much time I will take to fully come out of it, I still deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tapping under the nose. It's okay to feel this because there's no point of resisting. I can't run from emotions. But the more I face them, the more they pass. Tapping under the lips, and the more I acknowledge them, the more strength I gain to control them, to change them, and to command them, to regulate them. Tapping over the thymus. I'm much stronger than my own emotions because I have created them. And the creator is always above the creation. So the emotion is the creation and you are the creator. And you always have the power to change them or to regulate them. And because it's your creation, it's not meant to be rejected. No matter how difficult they seem, it's okay. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tapping over the karate chop. I process this anxiety by understanding why I have it and do it in the same way by scanning my thoughts, by scanning the memory which is triggered. It's easy than I think. Tapping over the sharp edge of the thumb. I make it a regular practice of working on my feelings every night before sleep. And if time allows, maybe for an hour. If not, it's okay to do for 5 minutes. Any form of self-healing practice. And just allow yourself to speak out whatever was it that made you feel this anxiety. And just acknowledge that I can't control the situation. I can't control other people's behavior. Only control I have is over my own behavior. Over the second finger sharp edge, I take charge of my behavior, of my feelings. So thoughts are subtle and the behavior is little concrete. To some extent, I can change my behavior. Whenever I feel anxious, I can take deep breaths. It's okay to feel this way. Tapping with the sharp edge of the opposite side, ring finger, I can do it. I can really come out of this. Tapping over the little finger, I can come out with flying colors. It's not here forever, and it cannot harm me. I can simply go and have a glass of water when I feel so anxious. Or I can come and tap again and again so that I focus, locate the root cause, heal it, and move on. Because the more I work with the root cause, instead of controlling the trigger, the more I can change this anxiety. Tapping with the karate chop. And just say to yourself 5 positive statements. Something like, I'm worthy of all the good. I deeply, completely accept myself. Any other statement that comes to your mind. I am safe. No matter what the situation says, no matter what people say, I am safe. My life is safe. And everything is going in the right direction. All is well. And whatever positive affirmations you need to speak to yourself, listening to your inner critic, that part of you which is judging, or that part which is little weak in comparison to you. Because I am not my inner critic. Tapping with the gamut point. It's okay. Whatever I feel is fine. I'm worthy of all the love and I deserve the best. Just close your eyes and take 3 deep breaths. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And once again, rate your anxiety on the scale of 1 to 10. How much do you feel it currently after doing these rounds of tapping? And wherever it is, just make sure if it's somewhere below from where you started, do further rounds to bring it down to a 2 or a 1, or just let it be. Just go out and sit with nature, or just talk to a friend. Do something that makes you happy. Even if it will not go in one sitting, slowly it will melt away. Because the more we work on the root cause, the more reason we are giving the anxiety. Melt with empathy and compassion. I hope you liked this video and it was helpful. If it was, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.